This is TomoNews for Monday, May 15th. In news about airline absurdities, this one really takes the cake. Jetblue put a damper on a Jersey family's Las Vegas birthday bash when they decided to boot them off a flight over a cake. The Burks had brought the buttercream confection with them as part of their carry-on and initially stored it in the overhead bin. When a flight attendant told them they had to move it, they stashed it in under the seat. A second flight attendant berated her colleague and then accused Dad Cameron Burke of being non-compliant. Her behavior struck him as irrational, so he asked if she'd been drinking. She stormed off and another flight attendant asked them to leave the plane, prompting tears from the Burke kids. Port Authority police was called on board, and one officer can be heard saying the family had done nothing wrong. Still, JetBlue reps ordered everyone to deplane in order to get them off the flight.
It's all right, baby boy. I know. Exactly. For cake?
We're just here.
A cake.
We were told that there's supposed to be actually be taken. Right here, I don't see any wrongdoing.
Thank you.
Okay. So
I moved the cake. It's a birthday cake.
you were not. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, sir.
No one's in any trouble. I just need to have your ID, just for a report.
Sure, no problem.
Unfortunately, it got reported to us. No one did anything wrong. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Everyone's gonna be okay, and they're just gonna, unfortunately, they're gonna have to rebook everyone, and that's
rebook everyone.
And this is what we're trying to avoid. That we wish we.
This is JetBlue.
JetBlue. So
JetBlue.
Right? So
wow. Here you go.
Right? Thank you. No one's in any. No, buddy, you're okay. All right. Don't cry. It's all right.
Thank you, Officer Chen. What's your name, Chen?
Hold on. Everyone, stay seated. Okay. Everyone, just stay seated.
Thank you very much.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Don't worry. You'll be all right.
They were refunded in full and ended up taking a United flight to Sin City the next day. Burke is thinking of suing and wants the rude flight attendant fired. But JetBlue is standing their ground, claiming Burke refused requests to remove the cake, yelled and cursed at the crew, and made false accusations about one attendant's fitness to fly. Teenager invents breast cancer detection bra. A teenager in Mexico won the top prize at the Global Student Entrepreneur Awards for inventing a bra that can detect breast cancer. The breast cancer detection bra is equipped with 200 tactile biosensors. Users must wear the bra for at least 60 minutes a week to obtain accurate measurements. The bra maps out the surface of the breast and surrounding areas and records changes in skin temperature and texture. An increase in shape, size, or temperature of a breast could suggest more blood flow, which might signal the existence of some types of breast cancer. The bra is currently only at the prototype stage, and it may take at least 2 years for the device to pass the certification process. How the ransomware attack was stopped, at least for now. A 22-year-old computer geek from the UK is being hailed a hero for stopping the global spread of a ransomware attack that began last Friday. The ransomware, known as WannaCry, exploits a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows that was revealed in stolen NSA documents. The malicious software locks computers and demands users pay $300 in Bitcoin to retrieve their files. A British researcher stopped the attack after discovering the malware was connecting to an unregistered domain. The researcher paid around $10 to register the domain name, which activated a kill switch in the ransomware. However, the researcher warned that the hackers would change the code and reboot the ransomware. Cybersecurity experts feared there would be a fresh bout of infections on Monday as people returned to work after the weekend. Last week, the ransomware locked more than 200,000 computers in over 150 countries. It caused chaos at organizations including Britain's National Health Service, FedEx, and Telefonica in Spain. Experts advised users to download a patch for Windows and reboot their computers to prevent the ransomware from spreading.
Instagram trend Avocado hand has doctors on high alert. Are you a fan of avocados? If you are, make sure to slice them with care. Otherwise, you might find out they don't like you back. An unsightly new trend is sweeping Instagram under the hashtag Avocado hand. You probably get the picture by now, right? People trying to cut avocados and, well, not doing it carefully have been ending up in hospital emergency rooms more frequently these days. And as many do today, when something crazy happens to them, they upload it online for all to see. Yay! This disturbing trend is prompting medical professionals to warn people of the dangers that come along with indulging in the healthy fruit. The British Association of Plastic, Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgeons is recommending labels with directions on how to properly cut ripe avocados be placed on them in stores. The secretary of the association himself says he sees roughly 4 patients come in each week with avocado hand. Celebrity chef Jamie Oliver suggests using a cutting board might spare you. So please, be careful out there. Guacamole's great and all, but we could do without the secret red sauce mixed in.
Mummies found after Egypt unearths new burial chamber. Egypt has discovered an ancient burial chamber containing at least 17 mummies that are more than 1,500 years old. Authorities hope the find will help boost the country's struggling tourism industry. The burial chamber was found in the province of Minya, about 250 kilometers south of Cairo. The chamber is 8 meters below ground and was first detected last year by radar. At least 17 fully intact mummies have been discovered inside the chamber so far. Experts say there could be more. Egypt's tourism industry has declined sharply from 14.7 million visitors in 2010 to just 5.4 million visitors in 2016. Authorities hope the new discovery will bring tourists back into the country. There might be a solution to the giant garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean. A Dutch group aiming to rid the oceans of plastic junk has announced it will begin efforts to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch by 2018, 2 years earlier than originally intended. The organization Ocean Cleanup will use trash collectors in the form of curved booms and screens, which are suspended by anchors floating in deep water. The system will act like an artificial coastline, catching plastic debris as it drifts on the surface or just below the water. Once full, a vessel empties the system and transports the collected plastic to land for processing and recycling. The group plans to deploy up to 50 systems and expects to collect 50% of the trash in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in just 5 years. Ocean Cleanup's first pilot parts are now in production and will begin testing off the west coast of the US by year's end.
Hero canine officer takes bullet for his human cop partner. Dogs are known to be fiercely protective of their human owners, so much so that it's probably not a stretch to assume they'd take a bullet for them. Recent news out of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office suggests as much, after Casper the canine heroically jumped in front of his partner during a police shootout with a wanted criminal, 46-year-old Philip O'Shea. Wanted in Raleigh, North Carolina for holding up a motel, police reports indicate the cops spotted O'Shea on May 12th and gave chase in their cruisers. O'Shea crashed his vehicle and then fired shots at the officers, one aimed at Casper's partner. Casper bravely leapt to duty, taking hot lead to his left hip. While O'Shea was eliminated in the deadly exchange, Officer Casper survived and is now back home, walking fairly well and recovering from his injuries. Good boy, Casper. Good boy.
Experts warn about the spread of the Powassan virus. Health experts are warning about the potential increase in the spread of a disease called the Powassan virus this summer. Warmer winters have reportedly increased the population of ticks, which spread the disease. The Powassan virus is a potentially life-threatening virus transmitted by ticks, including the deer tick. The virus can infect everyone, including children, teenagers, middle-aged people, and the elderly. Although most people will not develop symptoms, the virus kills about 15% of those who do. Meanwhile, some 50% of survivors will suffer long-term neurological damage. Others will experience symptoms similar to those of the flu, including fevers and headaches. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are no vaccines to prevent transmission of the virus or medications to cure it. Even in space, you have to eat your greens. NASA hopes its astronauts will be able to keep up their veggie intake on future missions to the Moon or Mars, thanks to a greenhouse project it's working on with the University of Arizona. The prototype lunar greenhouse is cylindrical, measuring 18 feet in length and more than 8 feet in diameter. The garden uses a hydroponic system, in which water enriched with nutrient salts flows continuously through the roots of the plants. Carbon dioxide exhaled by astronauts can be absorbed by the plants. In return, the plants produce oxygen for the astronauts through photosynthesis. The exchange forms a bioregenerative life support system. NASA's Veggie Plant Growth System was the first fresh food growth experiment on the International Space Station. The space agency hopes to provide a more sustainable approach to long-term exploration on the Moon, Mars, and beyond.